going to be talking about my favourite films today, so I thought I'd do it in front of the shelves that contain all the DVDs and movies and television shows in our house. I have to tell you straight away that I'm glad these are a little bit out of focus, because some of these are mine, some of these aren't. This is Dan's, my housemate Daniel G. Layton. He's also a YouTuber, go subscribe. But be warned, he does own movies like this. He's also got Mamma Mia, he's also got Monster-in-Law. The list could go on, just look there. I like films a lot, and I've been wanting to make a video about my favourite films for a little while, but I'm sort of nervous to talk about it because I'm worried, number one, that people will go, you haven't seen this movie? And number two, I'm worried about missing a movie that I have seen and I've just forgotten to mention. So odds are I've done that. I'm not going to put this in a list either. I'm not going to go from 10 to 1. I just think that people are obsessed with lists and I can't really put them into an order. So these are just the favourite films that I have. I've got a list of them here and I've written too many, so I'll have to go through them sort of quickly, but I'm going to focus on my absolute favourites. I feel like people think I'm going to be predictable as well and pick Spider-Man as like one of my favourite movies. It's not even up there. It's not even close. I love the character of Spider-Man, but I don't actually think any of the films have nailed it the way that I want to, but that's because I'm a super fan. And people think that a super fan means you love everything about it, but I think that being a super fan means that you're more likely to criticise. So Spider-Man doesn't even make the cut, none of them, but I do like watching the movie sometimes. Even the third one, just for a laugh. I'm not like Indiana Jones fans where they pretend that the Crystal Skull doesn't exist. I know Spider-Man 3 exists, and sorry, I was having a flashback. The first two movies I'm going to mention are the older movies that I've seen. They are 2001: A Space Odyssey and 12 Angry Men. Technically, they are some of the best films I've ever seen. And if you haven't seen either of those, then make sure you do, because they're... I hate to use the word important because it gets thrown around a lot, but I think these two films particularly are important. I also have a list of movies here that if you haven't seen the movie, I'll absolutely want to sit down and watch it with you. Her, Seven, Whiplash, The Breakfast Club, Inglourious Basterds. And this one's weird because it's not like the sort of typical sort of, oh my god, that movie. But Zombieland is one of my favourite films. If I want to watch a movie but I don't know what sort of mood I'm in, stick Zombieland on and I'll be fine. I think a reason why you pick a favourite film is because it's affected you in some way, like from childhood or in your teen years or so on and so forth. And keep that in mind when I tell you that Hook is one of my favourite films. Steven Spielberg directed it, it's got Robin Williams in it, but it's not very good. When I watch it, I have this sense of nostalgia. I feel like a kid again, because I used to love Peter Pan when I was growing up. And there's a moment in the film where Peter Pan, as an adult, flies again for the first time, and I remember the goosebumps and the sort of the joy that I felt as a kid when I saw that, and that is why it's still one of my favourite films to watch. The Departed, because it's amazing. It's one of the, I think, Martin Scorsese's best films. Some people go to Goodfellas, and that is obviously fine, but The Departed is the one I always come back to, and just, I mean, the cast is amazing, the writing's amazing, the editing's interesting, it's great. Little Miss Sunshine, I love that movie, it just makes me feel great. It's like real but also feel good, and it's weird that a movie can balance those two things. Jurassic Park, that's one of the movies that if you haven't seen it, I'll want to watch it with you. I watched it twice in 1 week when Jurassic World was coming out because Bertie Gilbert hadn't seen it and somebody else hadn't seen it either. Oh no, I just wanted to watch it. The film doesn't give you everything straight away. It holds back on the dinosaurs. It creates lots of tension. That's Spielberg's best thing. It's his best thing. And ultimately, it's a story about a man who's learning he's ready to become a father. What's Jurassic World about? I guess Chris Pratt and the girl are going to be together? Rubbish. The Dark Knight is in there as one of my favourite films. Heath Ledger's performance, obviously, is amazing. I find if you love a film, you'll be able to talk along with the movie. You'll be able to say the dialogue along with the characters in the same way. And that's absolutely what I can do with most of The Dark Knight, especially the Joker stuff. I'm not going to do a Joker impression now, because it's not 2008. But I think The Dark Knight is still the best superhero movie that's ever been made, because I think it's out of that league. I don't think it can be classed as just a superhero movie. And now we're into the top 5. Not that I said I was ordering them, but this is just the way it's worked out. So first, American Beauty, because, I mean, obviously nobody, well, actually, I spoke to somebody recently who does hate American Beauty, and you need to watch it again. I hate that I have to say that, like, oh, you should watch it again, you've probably watched it wrong. Because people can have opinions and people can not like these movies, but I just don't understand how you can watch American Beauty and not think it's a masterpiece. Kick-Ass is up there as one of my favourite films, and you might think that that's a bit of a weird choice to have, especially so high on a list. This film for me sort of embodies what a passion project is, because when they were pitching Kick-Ass, they were taking it around to all the studios and everybody wanted it, but they wanted them to change so much about it, and Matthew Vaughn said no, I'm not going to do that, so I'll do it my way. Luckily, Matthew Vaughn is quite a connected person. He's like best mates with Brad Pitt, and his wife is Claudia Schiffer, that sort of stuff. So he just put the money together himself and made it. He didn't take a directing fee for making the movie, like he just wanted to make it. Stuff like that is cool, and it's such an unpredictable and effective movie. Each scene tops the last one, and you can never tell where it's going to go. It's just got a lot of great moments, and it's got a lot of thought in it as well. There's a character called Hit Girl who it says that she sees things like a game, and there's one bit where it's POV like a video game, and you don't really think about it, but it's one of those little things that's really smart that's there. The Lion King is number 3 on the movie. Well, I'm not numbering them, but The Lion King. It's one of those movies that, again, I feel nostalgia for. I didn't realise how much I adored this movie until I saw the stage version of it in the West End, because when I heard the music, I just cried. And it wasn't like, oh, it was more just reactionary. It's like, if you smell pepper, you're going to sneeze. I heard that music, liquid came out my face. There's nothing I don't like about it. It's just Disney at their absolute best. It's undoubtedly the best movie they've ever made. I love watching it with new people. It's one of those movies as well. I watched it with Louisa's daughter Darcy. Don't know if you saw the Instagrams of that a few months ago, but I got it her for Christmas, and when we watched it together, I cried again at the opening scene, and I was like, why is this happening? I said The Lion King was number 3, but I kind of see these last 2 movies as a joint first, which is cheating, but they always swap around as to which one's my favourite movie. The first one I'm going to mention is The Social Network. Put that there. There. I love The Social Network for many reasons, but the 2 big ones are that it's written by Aaron Sorkin and it's directed by David Fincher. Aaron Sorkin writes dialogue like music. I think that's kind of how he describes it. So when people are talking and they're using his words, the way that they're put together, it just sounds... What are you going to go with, Jack? You could say anything. You could say rhythmic, fluent. What are you going with? Good. Good. I think it tells a modern story in a really sort of classic way. It has very sort of classic things going on, like rivalry and betrayal and friendship. It's just got a lot of classic themes in there, but it's about Facebook. And that's the thing as well, for people who haven't seen it, they might be like, the movie about Facebook, but it's not about Facebook. It's about Facebook, but it's not about Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And David Fincher as the director, there's one scene in particular in this movie. They're all directed pretty fucking well, but there's one scene that I go back to because I want to be a director myself, and I'm like, that's how you direct a scene well. That's how you make a scene better with just direction. There's a scene where Mark Zuckerberg and his best friend Eduardo come back to Mark's dorm room, and Mark goes to his bedroom and Eduardo goes to the fridge and gets out 2 beers, and then Mark comes round and, without knowing that Eduardo's done that, goes into the fridge and gets 1 beer out for himself. And that, just as action, as staging, just sums up their friendship. Eduardo getting 2 beers, looking out for both of them. Mark just looking out for himself, just being selfish, just getting his own beer, not even considering his best friend. And that is just part of the scene. They don't even talk about it. It just happens. It's genius because it's character affirming, but it's such a simple thing. You'll see that and you won't even think twice about it, but it's saying so much. And as somebody who wants to make films, the script and the direction of this movie are... And the second one is... Back to the Future is a film that I saw a bit late in my life, actually. I feel like most people get shown it when they're kids, but I didn't. I saw it when I was about 16 years old, and immediately I remember the first time watching it just being so tense when it gets to the final act because it had all been so affecting. I think as well, and this is a difficult thing to say, but I think it's a perfect film. And what I mean by that is that it achieves everything it wants to achieve. There's nothing in it that doesn't work. There's not that one scene that shouldn't be there. Every person performs well. Every beat works well. Everything. And again, I didn't realise how much I loved it until I saw it recently in the Royal Albert Hall with a live orchestra. So they played the film and then an orchestra played the soundtrack along with it. And again, just tears happened, just a bit of crying. I can't analyse it in the same way that I analysed The Social Network because I just have this disconnection to Back to the Future, so that I understand the process and I want to make the process. That I can just watch and just let it wash over me, which is great because that doesn't happen to me very much anymore. But I can still throw that movie on and everything will affect me the same way it used to when I was 16 when I saw it for the first time. So those are my favourite films. What are your favourite films? I actually want to know. Like, that is not just some ploy to get you to comment. I actually really want to talk about movies. As you can tell, this video's gone on for way too long. So yeah, leave a comment, let's have a chat about it, or make a video. Let's talk about your favourite films as well. That goes for you as well, mates who watch this. Like, I know who you are, and you need videos to make, so talk about your favourite movies. Or invite me on your channel and we can talk about movies together. I always just want to talk about movies. Please just let me talk about movies. That just freaked out everybody who's listening to it on headphones. Thank you for watching. I hope this wasn't too boring. Just stop analysing the video you've just made, Jack. Like, just be pleased that you've made one. Alright. Stop talking to yourself. It's weird. I know. Who's talking? We don't know. The character's the same. It's just you. I'm going to go now because I've gone mental. Yep.